Retinitis pigmentosa, also known as RP, is an extremely rare disorder that affects around 1 in 4,000 people. RP is an inherited degenerative eye disease that can lead to visual impairment and even blindness. I met up with Steve Edwards, who suffers from RP, and he gave me an insight into the battle of living and working with the illness.
It started off when I was in school. I started noticing little differences where the centre of my sight was going. I thought it was a normal occurrence because nobody really talked about visual problems back in those days. But when I hit 13, 14 years old, I came to start doing my GCSEs. The school was just not interested. They just did not want to help at all. I left school at the age of 17, halfway through sixth form. I was working in Tesco's for 5 years, started working in construction. I was working in construction bits and pieces while I was working in Tesco's. The difference was I couldn't tell them about my eyesight. So I basically told them I had severe dyslexia. This basically helped the fact that when it came to training, they would read the answers out for me when it came to written exams. I'd done this up until 2004. I worked abroad for 10 years, 6 different countries, had an amazing time. And then my sight basically got worse. You see, in 2004 when I came back home to Britain, I had to give my licence back in. I used to ride motorbikes. That was the first part of my freedom that really hit me for 6. I did get a bit depressed, but bounced back. Very hard to actually get work once people realised that you got a visual disability. So in 2007 I decided to retrain. I had to go up to Hereford to a college called the Royal National College for the Blind.
Here Steve progressed rapidly, and within 3 weeks he was able to touch type 60 words a minute. However, his joy was short-lived when he arrived home and found that he was still unable to find work. In 2010, Steve decided to go back to college and undertake further training, this time as a fitness instructor.
So I got in touch with my DA, that's the Disability Employment Advisor in Pontypridd, and he turned around and referred me to the RNIB.
The RNIB is a charity organisation in place that support and help the visually impaired and blind within every aspect of life. The RNIB were able to connect Steve to his current employer, Paul Conway, the owner of Crown Fitness Gym in Pontypridd.
He decided, he took the chance, he took the punt to take me on, but then 6 months later offered me a job, permanent position, which I gratefully took and have been here ever since. The reason why I decided to come into this career is the simple case of all through my life I found it really hard to find help and get help. Me becoming a personal trainer and fitness instructor helps me with one golden thing, and that's being able to help other people. But since I've been working here, my confidence is built like nobody would ever understand. From when I first came in, hardly talking, being nervous, not being able to take a class properly, forgetting fundamental stretches, to now just flying along, helping other members of staff, helping members themselves. Advice I'd give to people, if they're in the same situation, the visual problems, it doesn't matter, any sort of disability. If you feel that there's nothing you can do, you're wrong. There is loads you can do, and there are loads of people and agencies and charities out there. All you have to do is ask the right questions.